Hello, humans. I will be your overlord for this evening, as we show you how to make a planet be in front of your face, or camera, or whatever. So if you saw our previous episode on recreating the title burn from John Carpenter's The Thing, you'll know why we're here. To shoot the next element that we need to fully recreate that opening sequence. And to do that, we need a shot of this glorious planet that we call Earth from space. JP, you got a spaceship?
Nope.
Rye? Anyone friends with Elon Musk? A bit? No? Okay, we'll just have to do it in the studio then. Okay, that. This, oh God. What could we use to grab it? Oh, I guess just like a K-clamp, right? So JP's managed to acquire us a pretty decent sized hemisphere. And it's got a metal rod running through the center. So step one is to get us a clamp and rig this sucker so that it's sitting a decent height off the ground. But what you're probably far more interested in knowing right now is, where the hell did we find this thing, JP?
Good friend of ours, Andy Chappell, prop maker, very kindly gave us a cast from a mold that he had from another job. So it's a fiberglass shell, nice and lightweight, so we can rig it quite easily.
What was the cast from?
I don't know if I can say.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. All right.
Okay. Planet. So the projector's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. And the projector's going to turn to give us a sort of a sense of like rotation on the planet kind of thing.
Yes.
Is that the idea?
My homemade turntable.
You made this?
Yeah. Well, I looked online and it's like, well, I really want one that can handle heavy weights.
Right.
And they're like really expensive.
Right.
I bought a Lazy Susan bearing.
Right.
And so it's just a standard geared stepper motor.
Right.
Lazy Susan gearing. That's fun, trying to find a working medium format slide projector.
Yeah, man.
These days.
That's a good find.
You can get ones that are thousands and thousands.
Really?
There's a big enough user group of photographers that still shoot medium format film that still like the idea of projection for their transparencies. So yeah, there's enough of them floating around, and there's a few spare parts that are still reproduced. It's one of the fancier later models that have a remote control.
Okay, ooh.
And
a remote control that's plugged in, that's like hardwired remote control. Remote control.
Look how remote I am.
It's the future. Those are close ones. There we got. That's the Earth. That's amazing.
So yeah, these are digital files that have been effectively printed on medium format stock and then slide mounted.
Right. Okay. So that is a medium format piece of celluloid.
Yes. Yes. So if we had flown into space and taken an image, this is what we'd get back.
Yeah.
In fact, I think this is actually a NASA.
It is actually a picture of the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
not a composite.
It's not So when we drop those in, I guess the light that we've got round is going to be darker because on the slides it's black, right? But obviously we're still going to get light on there, which we're going to need to try and flag as best we can. Yeah,
and one of the advantages of having film transparency through a slide projector is the black is very, very black. So
okay.
Because of the emulsion thickness and the quality of these prints are so good.
It is blocking a lot of light.
Yeah, should help us a lot.
Amazing, okay.
That one's upside.
Okay, so we're just making sure all of our planets are the right way up now.
If we could flag, so where there's the natural kind of Terminator shadowy bit, because if you look at this edge, it's quite a hard edge.
Yeah.
And all the illuminated edges here.
Yeah.
You can kind of see from here on the dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of want that,
Yeah.
but a colder blue.
Yeah. Okay. So just to create a bit of a halo almost.
Yeah, like a highlight edge.
Okay.
Rim like, like that.
Okay.
You may have guessed at this point that I have no idea what's going on. This is a new one for me, and so JP is really just having to walk me through what he needs until the penny drops.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that gives us a bit of an atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's when these things start happening. You're like, oh, I get it. So you've got that overexposure on the right-hand side that has given it this kind of like, this atmosphere, this look of atmosphere to it, rather than just being, a sort of contrasty edge.
And if that's blue, so if that's
and then we're going to make it blue. This is genius.
I think we can go really blue, to be honest.
Yeah.
It'll
But this is quite heavy. That's the only thing, is you'll lose some
Oh, it is
action,
heavy.
but that's pretty blue.
I reckon that's all right, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good colour.
Sweet. That's good, because we don't have
any
many
other
variations.
Can we get that in even closer? I'm just trying to get as much beams out of that blue as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Yeah, that definitely works.
Yeah.
I don't think we're seeing much spill in the background now. Definitely got a nice little rimmy bit now.
Yeah.
So if we could see
Do
it,
you think we need more though?
as in
Cover a bit more of that blueness coming across.
yeah, definitely can. I mean that's what happened when you literally panned it right. So
Yeah.
if I do
I
that,
just feel like it feels too edgy, you know?
yeah,
Way nicer. Don't you think?
yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. That looks amazing. That looks so good.
Yes. Just shoot.
See it? Okay, so James has brought us a little box of stars. I probably can't get the lid off now. Here we go. So these are little LEDs, right?
Yes.
But this is genius. You have to kind of talk through how you've made these things.
Yeah, so what we're going to do for the background is we're going to put up a few LED, I guess markers you'd call them. And all they are is a little coin cell battery with some heat shrink tubing and an LED that you can just position in and it just stays put. And we've got some white tack on the back so we can stick them to the wall.
And then you've created with the same sort of, heat shrinking plastic stuff, a little snoot for the LEDs, which is a ridiculous word, but that's what it's called.
Snoot.
A snoot. Yes. So when you snoot a light, you create essentially a little kind of tunnel, so it focuses the light and stops kind of glare and things like that. Or if you want to create a really specific spot from the light, you make a snoot. And Japes has made a snoot out of heat shrinking around the LED and then just revealing just a tiny hole. And then what he's done is the holes are slightly different sizes, and then that way it gives this sort of perception of stars at different distances. So some are brighter, some are duller. You've got your positive and negative wire coming out of the LED, and then by slipping it so you've got one touching the top and one touching the bottom, that powers the LED.
If it doesn't work one way,
Yeah.
try it the other way.
It'll be one way or the other.
There we go.
Ta-da. Apparently you can buy these, but you can make them super simple, and we got a lot. So, so we've got to start sticking these on the walls. Here we go. Yeah, lights off. So because this is our first time playing with this magnificent orb, JB's had a whole bunch of slides made up, different planets, different surfaces and textures. So we're definitely going to be playing with this a lot more in the future. But for our thing title shot, in the frame in the movie, it's not the whole Earth that we see. It's really just a sort of a quadrant. And so JP's had tighter shots of planet Earth blown up to fill the entire medium format slide. And so we can get the maximum level of detail on our planet's surface. And because we're shooting a much tighter shot on our orb, we've actually been able to move everything in, the projector, the camera, the lights. And so what that means is everything's getting brighter on our surface, which allows us to stop down, reduce our ISO, and bring everything into the same plane of focus as best we can to really sell that sense of scale. Okay, so we just want to demonstrate, so we've got 3 lights working here. One obviously is the projector projecting the texture, but then we've got our kind of atmosphere blue light, and then we've essentially got kind of like a rim light, which is just helping to sort of overexpose that edge a little bit. So we're going to turn them on one at a time to show what those layers do, okay? Okay, so that's our kind of rim light. Here comes our atmosphere, which looks pretty sweet already. And then planet. Nice. And then maybe let's just turn those other 2 off and show what it's like without them. Yeah, and then the blue. Yeah. It still looks cool, but it just doesn't have the same depth and sense of reality, I think.
And remember, we've got our projector mounted on the turntable, which will set to a very slow rotation, so the planet will appear to be spinning in orbit.
Have we got rotation?
Yep, going.
Going. All right, roll in.
In Carpenter's opening, it's a very simple locked-off still of planet Earth as the spaceship crashes into the atmosphere. So we bag a couple of locked-off shots, but still with that subtle rotation.
It just looks so good. It just looks so good.
Okay, it's the end of the rotation.
I'm in space, JP. I'm in space. Ready?
But as we're working with an object in proper 3D space, we thought we'd get a couple of nice steady pans onto the planet, just because, well, we can.
So it's hard to get across how weird this feels. I'm panning a camera onto a planet. Like when I'm actually like zoned in and operating, I'm just looking at the thing and I'm panning, and I just feel like I'm in space.
Yep.
Roll in.
Yeah, action.
I feel like a giant space camera god.
So now we present to you our composited The Thing title burn.
So we've bagged a few variations of our planet Earth shot. We've got our locked off shot as per the original, but we also did a few pans onto the planet as well. A, because it's just hard not to want to do that when you've got a planet in front of you, but also because, well, there's one more element that we need to get in order to fully recreate the Thing opening sequence, and that's the spaceship. So in the original, it is just a straight reverse shot, right, onto the planet just there. But we were kind of thinking, well, maybe it'd be quite cool to kind of have a bit of a pan going on as the spaceship flies through, right? We want to put our own thing on it. So we will be revisiting this sequence one more time to animate that miniature spaceship just as they did in 1982. And if you want to see it and you don't want to miss it, make sure you do the like, the subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified when that video drops. See ya!